As you can clearly tell by this logo that we are going to change this photo on the far left, and we're going to do an edit with Silkypix Developer Studio Pro, and I'm also going to show you how to work together with Topaz Denoise AI and Silkypix Developer Studio Pro to get even better result. And if you must be wondering why I took this underexposed and noisy photo in the first place, I was sitting on my balcony at about 7 o'clock in the evening and happened to have some light, and I saw this bird family sitting in my, like 3 feet away from where I was sitting. So I quickly grabbed my Canon 70D with 72-200 f4L, and I bumped my ISO and captured this beautiful moment. But of course, as you can clearly tell, even in the video, it doesn't look that good either. So it was really cute, very innocent, and I thought that this is my opportunity. You don't often get a chance to take a photograph as such from your balcony, right? So I did it, and now I had to work on how to recover the details out of this photograph. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now. Let's jump into the tutorial. Let me show you first the original photo. So as you can clearly see that this is a really ugly looking noisy photo. No, it's not ugly in a sense of quality of the image, but it's way too noisy. So the camera is Canon 70D at ISO 6400 and underexposed. This is the recipe of disaster in any kind of photography, where you have noisy photo which is already underexposed, because you're just creating more noise and most likely you're going to end up with nothing. So we're going to work on how to recover that in Silkypix Developer Studio Pro first. So this is the 100% zoomed in, so we can clearly say that it doesn't look good. Now first you bring it in Silkypix Developer Studio Pro, and you will do your traditional work on it. So what do? I did my lens correction, I did my demosaic, noise reduction, I left everything in default as you can clearly see here, and I had to overexpose just a stop more, which is not really a good thing, but I really didn't have any choice. And then I did left back color in natural and memory color 1. Those who are a Silkypix Developer Studio user, they know that I use that a lot because it's actually quite saturating, yet not too strong. And after doing that, this is the result from Silkypix Developer Studio Pro. I'm going to zoom in just a little bit, about 100%, to show you the result. So this is the result in Silkypix Developer Studio Pro. It's not the best in the world. Usable for social media, not for professional use. So yeah, so this is what happened. So I happen to have a copy of Topaz Denoise AI, so I decided to give it a go to see the result. So what I did, before I go to that step, I'm going to show you even the blur area, which doesn't look very good either, right? So anyway, so I went back to Silkypix Developer Studio Pro. So I did my typical work. I'm going to zoom in quite a bit just to show you. So I did my typical lens correction, my exposure 1 step up, and my color remained memory color 1 in profile natural. But what I did here, I disabled all the sharpening. I left the color distortion or color noise reduction into default, but smoothness I went back to 0. And then I exported the photo as a TIFF16 file. But be careful though, make sure your export output sharpening into 0.2. Open the Topaz Denoise AI, then you upload the 16-bit TIFF file that you exported from Silkypix Developer Studio Pro. Now this is the default result with my previous edit. You can clearly see in the Denoise AI right there at 53, remove noise, sharpness 75, and recover original detail 6, and color noise reduction to 0, because remember we already did the color noise reduction already, right? Now this is what it looks like, the full complete. Immediately, without changing much, it gave me a phenomenal result. Check this one out. This is in Denoise AI, and this is the side by side. So that's the old one, our original TIFF file. You can clearly see at the bottom it written bird family TIFF. And here, this is the result of Denoise AI. So much clean, no sign of anything whatsoever. Look at the blur area. clean, neat, no smooshiness. Sometimes it happens, but here it's totally clean. The eye looks very good. So much detail. Yes, it could do better, but I didn't want to go too far. If I wanted to add some more sharpness, I would do that in, let's say, Photoshop, GIMP, or Affinity Photo using high pass mark. I left it as it is because at least all the feather and everything looks way natural. Remember, this is in 100% zoom. Nothing looks really good in 100% zoom, but if you can see everything, it's a good news. And here we have a good news. And here is the final image in AI clear. Remember, so there is not much of a difference between Denoise AI and AI clear, but we're going to find out more when you zoom in probably. So that's the side by side. Looks really good as well to me. Remember, it's not in auto mode. I put remove noise high, enhance sharpening high, recover original detail at 17, color noise reduction at 0. In 100% zoom to eye, to me, it looks a lot softer than Denoise AI. Let me show you. In Denoise, this is the Denoise AI. As you can clearly see, it looks a little bit more sharper than AI clear, right? Also, although the blur area looks really nice and clean to me. Same like Denoise AI, right? Even Denoise AI looks actually a bit more smooshier, kind of weird artifact. Not really, but that's the character. Then AI clear. AI clear looks a little bit more natural. And that's the final result. So what I did in the end, I end up with Topaz Denoise AI clear mode, because yes, this is actually a slightly less sharper Denoise AI, but the blur area looks naturally clean, no artifact, and all the details are perfectly there. And after that, of course, you can add more sharpening in any software you have. You can go back to Silkypix Developer Studio Pro, or if you have Photoshop, if you have GIMP or Affinity Photo, you can add more sharpening there. I like the natural look. So this is our original photo. Remember how far we have come? That's the Silkypix Developer Studio Pro version, and that's the Silkypix Developer Studio Pro Topaz Denoise AI combo with AI clear mode. Here's the side by side. This is phenomenal. This is the original. This is just the Silkypix Developer Studio Pro and Silkypix Topaz combo. And this is the 50% zoom. So before, this is even closer. After, this is a 50% zoomed in. So much upgrade. I think I said that a lot, but as you can clearly understand my excitement coming from a ISO 6400 photo underexposed to this in few steps. This is extraordinary. And there is the 100% zoomed in to bird's eye. You can clearly see in the middle, the Silkypix itself did not a bad job. I could add some more sharpness, but that would create more noise too, where Topaz did a lot better job cleaning everything. Now, either you can leave it as it is, or you can bring it over to Affinity Photo, Photoshop, or GIMP to add more in sharpening locally with brush and layer. Here's the blur. So that's our original blur right there. So ugly. That's the Silkypix version. And this is the Topaz Denoise and Silkypix Developer Studio Pro version. Really, really natural, clean, and smooth in my eyes. This is my take on Silkypix and Topaz combo. So if you guys using Silkypix and not very happy with the result from the high ISO photograph, instead of jumping one software to another, such as Lightroom or DxO, you can keep your Silkypix Developer Studio Pro because it has a phenomenal color. As you can clearly see, the color looks so much soft. The rendering is beautiful, and you can use the Topaz Denoise AI together to get even a cleaner result. I hope this video has been very helpful to you. If so, like and subscribe, ask me any question, email me, and I'm happy to help you whenever you prefer. Look after yourself. Bye-bye.